I have a confession to make. When I look back at old videos and I see myself, I prefer myself thinner. This is one of those things, those deep, dark things that somebody with my kind of problem doesn't want to admit. I don't know if this will go away. Maybe it has to do with my BDD. Maybe it has to do with my eating disorder. My face looks exceptionally round. My arms are much thinner. I do like that you can't see my ribs. I never liked that. But my face is so much different. And the rest of the world says it looks better. But people like you and me, we know it's never been about the rest of the world. Our vision is different. I hope that in enough time my vision continues to grow. Maybe I'll always have this distortion. This is something I decided to share because I know those people with an eating disorder, especially a restrictive type, can relate. Once the distorted image of yourself is there, it's hard to let it go, and you may always find bones, emaciation, more attractive. But again, this is such a minute point. You can't be emaciated and be attractive. Not to the rest of the world. You certainly can't be healthy. You can't have the rest of your life and your mind function the way that you want if you maintain emaciation. So you get that one thing or you get everything. Those are your choices. So I have to be careful in the early phase of this, looking at old footage, really early couple clips when I was still pretty tiny, because I don't want to trigger myself. I would suggest you do the same. Avoid scales, avoid old clothing, avoid old images of yourself until you are at a place where you can handle such a thing. If that place never comes, burn them. Get rid of those clothes. Just get rid of it. I can handle. I just have to do it sparingly. But for those people that don't understand, you can take the self out of the disorder, but you can't take the disorder out of the mind. Those things are the last to go. So imagine walking around in a body that feels like it doesn't belong to you, knowing that you know how to get back to what makes you feel comfortable. That's what the person who's in recovery is experiencing on a daily basis until they're solidly there, and the rest of life overwhelms such a tiny want, and they really truly start to love health and love their new shape. And it's a really strange place to be. Don't fault them for still having those desires. It's the actions they're taking that matter. It's like I said with the addiction example, that impulse, that desire is going to be there. It's what you do every day about it. It's how you handle it that matters. Even right now, I'm looking at the shape of my face. It's okay. I've heard that I look much younger. I look more my age. my wrinkles aren't showing as badly now that I've got a little plump. I just have to keep in mind that I can have that one thing, or I can have everything, and I would rather have everything. So if you find yourself triggered, get rid of the trigger. Avoid the trigger. Bear in mind this might be a hurdle you have to face for some time, maybe for all the time. But just like everything else with your eating disorder, you can have that one thing or you can have everything. I choose everything. Bye, YouTube.